Welcome back to the Big 3 Reviews. Shown in the Grouch over here, reporting live from my encampment, my prison. Quick review this week. There's no One Piece, so there's no reason to theorize over Zunisha. Go on Brago's channel if you want a full scoop of every single theory to exclude, or like every reason to theorize on each fruit that you think Zunisha is, or fruit that you think that the Elder Stars were talking about last week. So let's jump right into it. Jujutsu Kaisen 172. Not gonna lie, I mean, I'm not upset at the chapter this week, and it has nothing to do with Reggie not already being dead, or, you know, the start of the chapter being the way that I wanted it to be, which is just like the end of the fight. No, the fight is still going on. Reggie had a couple of moments where it seemed like he was gonna counter Megumi, but it seems to be over now. It's over. His ear got chopped off. He tried to drop a house on Megumi. That pissed me off because I was just like, damn, again, like he already knows the weight thing and this whole shadow thing. On top of that, like on top of Reggie just being annoying and super persistent, we have so much explanation, like too many dialogue, but I'm just gonna, there you go, that works. So we have too many boxes explaining what's happening, and I do not like that at all. I think it just kind of slows down the chapter. Like, even if it's a narrator, if it's Reggie understanding like how it works, then it's okay to a certain extent, but just the idea of, yo, let's explain how this power works real quick, it's just getting annoying, honestly. Like, Megumi's power, I get it, it's complex, it's important, it makes sense for it to be explained as much as it is. Like, I'm not mad at the story element, it's just, as a reader, I just don't like it. And, you know, like, you don't get this shit in the anime. The anime will explain shit, but it's an anime, so there's a balance there. You know, you're at least visually pleased, whereas, like, it just hurts my brain to have to read these boxes. So yeah, upset. Reggie's still alive, but it seems like he's done. It seems like this is it. Like, his ear's chopped off, the Shikigami's out. I had to Google which one of the demon dogs was actually killed, because I thought it was the black dog. So I was like, oh, this is a reveal, like the black dog is back. But no, the white dog was the one who died, because it could probably come back at any moment. There's probably a way for Gage to bring that dog back and make it make sense, but I still like the chapter. I just think it was cool. I dislike reading explanations, which this is the exact reason why I don't read ahead on Hunter x Hunter. I know that Hunter x Hunter is like in the middle of like a crazy arc right now, but I've seen the memes. The memes are not far off from what the actual reading is like, and you know, towards the end of the Chimera Ant arc, I was already like exhausted by the amount of times that the narrator had to come in, so this is all a whole big old sidebar, but just like, that'll turn you off as a reader. It already almost turned me off as an anime watcher, so to read that weekly, I'm done with it. I like the action scenes, you know, I like Gage's handling and just like creativity overall, but it's just, I'm done with it. I just want him to win this fight. Y'all know how I feel about Megumi. I just need him to get this W and move on. The arc needs to continue at some point. So unless there's an exposition dump here at the end of Reggie's fight, or like on his last legs when he gives out his points, if he can provide anything, you know, that'll move the arc along, or just help us understand how sorcery works, or just what Kenjaku's plan might be, cool. If not, then, you know, this is just dragging on, honestly, as a week-to-week reader, because, you know, obviously when you go back and read this as a volume, or when you binge read this whole arc, it's gonna read pretty cool. It's gonna be, you know, a roller coaster of emotions, and it'll be fine. Moving on to My Hero 341, we got a Himiko cover page. It's just nice to see her again. It's good to see that we got the hero side of everything in terms of preparation, and now we're getting the villain side in terms of preparation. We got some emo Dabi. I don't care. Honestly, after the Toya, that's what it is. After the Toya reveal, I don't care too much about Dabi's character. It has nothing to do with resembling the man at all. But it's just, I don't care anymore. Like, I really just cared to understand who he was, and to see that, you know, he was Toya. get that plot twist revealed and get that interaction, that final encounter between him and Endeavor. But I thought that was going to be resolved in the previous arc. I thought that was the final. Like, I really thought the previous war arc was like the climax of everything, and you know, the upgrades and the 100% one for all and all for one would be met within that arc. There would just be like some downtime within that arc of like, okay, everyone has to recoup, but this is still the middle of a war, and then, you know, everything would come out there. I did not expect a whole new arc, which is why I don't expect another arc after this. Well, I think it's got confirmed it's going to end in 2022. So if anyone thinks that it's going to continue afterwards, it's just wild at this point. Maybe if it bleeds into 2023, but I think this is the last arc for sure. But moving on anyway, sorry, long tangent. We got some Dabi, and then at the end of the chapter we got some Shigaraki, which is great. I like seeing Shigaraki. Also got a lot of Himiko faces. Appreciate those as well. I've displayed those as much as I can, but a lot of Himiko faces. Always appreciate that. I can't wait to see that animated. She's just fun to watch walk around, honestly. Don't care too much for her quirk or her position in the League of Villains, but it's just always nice to see a quirky character in an anime about quirks. Like, we got Class 1A and their gags and whatnot, but together they're like a quirky environment, whereas Himiko is just weird as fuck and enjoys pain apparently. Don't care about that. Weird as hell that One Piece is on break this week, anime and manga wise, but we still got like Joy Boy references. Kind of weird, but I like it a lot. Twice's quirk is still active. I forgot that Himiko revealed that, or it was just what's the word that I'm looking for here? Himiko unlocked her potential, I guess, or upgraded her quirk in a sense. That you can, if you care about someone enough, then when she copies them by drinking their blood, she also copies their quirk, which is awesome, because it means that we'll see some of the sad man's parade in the war. You know, even though Twice is done, he'll at least serve as a he'll still be a factor in the final war, which is nice to know, because man had to die, but still a very lovable character. I think probably second favorite out of the League of Villains. Obviously first favorite being Shigaraki. Oh yeah, dude, it was great that we got a villain-centered chapter this week, because that was the volume that I picked up this week, was the My Villain. This is the only My Hero volume that I own, and probably, aside from like 2 or 3 more, I don't think I'm gonna go for the whole collection. I got some. So yeah, it was just good to see a villain-centered chapter overall. Shigaraki made an appearance. Joy Boy Theories made an appearance. I honestly think, I keep forgetting his name. Spinner. Okay, I didn't even have to look it up. Spinner makes an appearance at the end of this chapter, just to, you know, let us know once again that the only reason he's in this is to help out Shigaraki, which just makes me think he might turn coat in the middle of the war. He might just think, hey, Shigaraki's not being used the way that I think it is, because he even asks All For One whether or not Shigaraki still exists, whether or not that's him there. And so it just makes me think, you know, if he ever has a doubt or ever thinks that Shigaraki himself has a doubt in what All For One's doing, he might turn coat, because he is the I guess this kind of makes him the Otama of the group, if you watch One Piece, if you're here for just One Piece. So it kind of makes him the mutant representative who is able to possibly turn the tides, because if there's a lot of mutants on the villain side, then it's very possible that the advantage can be swayed within the hero's direction just by Spinner switching over, because he's the not self-proclaimed leader. Obviously he doesn't want that title, he doesn't care about that, but he's the one who basically represents the mutants in the villain side of things, or I guess mutants in general. So I like both chapters. You know, I think My Hero was too short to be my favorite this week. I hope, even though there's been a drought this week on One Piece content, you all have enjoyed yourselves and have found other things to watch. There's always much to watch on Crunchyroll or wherever site that you're watching One Piece on. You know, you could be on One Piece, you could still be on NarutoSpot.net, whatever the fuck the current version of that URL is. But if not, no problem. I'll be here next week. My name is Weekly Shonen, and hope you have a wonderful week and stay safe. Bye.